What is money? Money is a medium of exchange that allows people to trade goods and services indirectly. Without money, people must directly exchange goods and services, which is inefficient. Money solves this problem by acting as an intermediary, making economic transactions much more efficient. Money serves three primary functions in an economy. First, money acts as a medium of exchange, allowing us to buy and sell goods and services. Second, it serves as a unit of account, providing a standard measure to compare the value of different items. Third, money functions as a store of value, allowing people to save their wealth for future use. Throughout history, money has evolved through various forms. It began as commodity money, where physical items like shells, salt, or metals were used for exchange. This evolved into standardized metal coins made of gold, silver, and bronze. Paper currency was later introduced, representing a claim on physical commodities. In the modern era, electronic money emerged through credit cards and digital banking. Today, we see the rise of purely digital forms of money, including cryptocurrencies and mobile payment systems. Money continues to evolve, but its core functions remain essential to our economic systems. Next, we'll explore the functions of money in greater detail. Money exists in various forms throughout history and modern society. We'll explore four main types: commodity money, representative money, fiat money, and digital currencies. Commodity money has intrinsic value based on the material it's made from. Gold coins are a classic example, where the value comes from the precious metal itself. Commodity money has inherent value, with common examples including gold, silver, and even salt in ancient times. Its value is derived from the material it's made of, but it's limited by available physical resources. Representative money represents a claim on a commodity like gold. Gold certificates are a form of representative money, where the paper itself has no intrinsic value. They represent a claim on a specific amount of gold that could be redeemed on demand. Representative money is easier to transport and handle than heavy commodities, while still maintaining a direct link to something of tangible value. Fiat money is what most countries use today. It has value because the government declares it as legal tender. Modern currencies like the US dollar, euro, and Japanese yen are all examples of fiat money. Unlike commodity or representative money, fiat money has no intrinsic value and isn't backed by physical commodities. Its value is derived solely from the trust people place in the issuing government and the stability of the economy. Digital currencies represent newer forms of money based on technology rather than physical materials. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin use blockchain technology to create secure, decentralized digital money. These currencies are based on cryptography rather than government backing, and most have a limited supply. Unlike traditional money, they typically operate without a central authority, using blockchain ledgers to record and verify transactions. Let's compare the four main types of money we've discussed. Commodity money has intrinsic value in its material, like gold and silver. Representative money represents a claim on a commodity, such as gold certificates. Fiat money gets its value from government declaration, like the US dollar and euro. Digital currencies rely on technology and cryptography, with Bitcoin and Ethereum as prominent examples. Throughout history, money has evolved from physical commodities to digital assets, but all forms serve the same fundamental purpose: facilitating exchange and storing value. Money supply refers to the total amount of monetary assets available in an economy at a specific time. Central banks categorize money into different measures based on liquidity. These measures are commonly referred to as M0, M1, M2, and M3. M0 represents physical currency in circulation, coins and banknotes. M1 includes M0 plus demand deposits and traveler's checks, money that can be accessed immediately. M2 builds on M1 by adding savings accounts and money market funds, assets that can be converted to cash quickly. M3 is the broadest measure, including M2 plus large time deposits and institutional money market funds. Money circulates through the economy as it's used for transactions between different economic sectors. Let's follow how money moves from households to businesses to government to banks and back to households. The velocity of money measures how quickly money changes hands within an economy. We can calculate velocity using a simple formula. Velocity equals GDP divided by money supply. The velocity of money has significant implications for economic activity and inflation. High velocity means money changes hands frequently, often during economic booms, but can contribute to inflation. Low velocity shows money changing hands less frequently, often during economic slowdowns, which can lead to deflation. Let's summarize what we've learned about money supply and circulation. Inflation occurs when the money supply grows faster than economic output. In this scenario, there's too much money chasing too few goods. Inflation has several negative consequences. As prices rise, your money buys less and less. Savings held in cash lose value over time. People on fixed incomes find their buying power diminishing, and the economy becomes less predictable. Deflation is the opposite of inflation. It occurs when prices fall due to a contracting money supply relative to economic output. Deflation might sound good, but it comes with serious problems. When consumers expect prices to fall further, they delay purchases. This reduces business revenue, increases the real value of debt, and can lead to economic stagnation or depression. Central banks respond to both inflation and deflation risks by targeting price stability. Most central banks target a low, stable inflation rate of around 2%. This balances the risks of harmful deflation with the erosion of purchasing power from high inflation. Monetary policy walks a fine line between the dangers of inflation and deflation. By targeting a low, positive inflation rate, central banks aim to avoid both the erosion of wealth from high inflation and the economic stagnation from deflation. Exchange rates determine how much one currency is worth in terms of another currency. For example, $1 might be equal to 0.85 euros. When converting currencies, the exchange rate is applied to calculate the equivalent value. $100 would convert to 85 euros using our example rate. Several key factors influence exchange rate fluctuations. Supply and demand dynamics directly affect currency values, with higher demand typically raising a currency's value. Interest rates play a crucial role as well. When a country increases its interest rates, it attracts foreign capital seeking higher returns, strengthening the currency. Inflation reduces a currency's purchasing power. Countries with high inflation rates generally see their currencies depreciate against those with lower inflation. Political stability is essential for currency strength. Political turmoil, corruption, or uncertain election outcomes can trigger rapid currency devaluation. Finally, economic growth typically strengthens a currency. Strong GDP growth, rising employment, and productive industries all contribute to currency appreciation. The global monetary system has evolved significantly over time. From the 1870s until the early 20th century, the gold standard prevailed, with currencies directly backed by gold reserves. In 1944, the Bretton Woods system established the US dollar as the world's primary reserve currency, backed by gold at $35 per ounce. Other currencies were pegged to the dollar at fixed rates. The system collapsed in 1971 with the Nixon shock, when the United States unilaterally ended direct gold convertibility of the dollar. Today, we live in a system of floating exchange rates, where most major currencies' values are determined by market forces, though central banks occasionally intervene to stabilize their currencies. Global reserve currencies are held by central banks worldwide for international payments, interventions, and as a store of value. The US dollar remains the dominant reserve currency, accounting for approximately 60% of global reserves. Having reserve currency status provides several benefits, including lower borrowing costs as there's always demand for that currency, ease of conducting international transactions, and significant global financial influence. However, reserve status also brings challenges. The currency may appreciate too much, hurting exports. There's also constant pressure to maintain economic and financial stability, and the issuing country faces intense global scrutiny of its policies. Exchange rates and the global monetary system continue to evolve with technological, economic, and political developments around the world.